Subscribe my channel and press bell icon to get all notification.
Hello students, today we'll discuss about new kingdom which is kingdom Protista. So let's start this topic. Kingdom Protista was introduced by or proposed by scientist Ernest Haeckel, who proposed his three kingdom classification, and he introduced one new kingdom after plantain and animalia. He introduced Protista kingdom also in his three kingdom classification. So we can say that this kingdom Protista was explained by or proposed by Ernest Haeckel, who proposed three kingdom classification. In his three kingdom classification, he proposed kingdom Protista. In kingdom Protista, the unicellular eukaryotic organisms are included. This kingdom consists unicellular but eukaryotic organism. If you remember, in the previous kingdom, जो हमने Monera kingdom पढ़ा था, in Monera kingdom we include unicellular prokaryotic organism. This kingdom includes multicellular and eukaryotic organism. This is the main difference. In both of these two kingdoms, organisms are unicellular, but in this Protista kingdom, the organisms are eukaryotic organism. So it's include unicellular eukaryotic organism. This kingdom, Protista kingdoms, do not have any well-defined boundaries. इस kingdom की कोई भी well-defined boundaries नहीं है. Reason क्या है इस चीज का कि जो organism इस kingdom के अंदर include किए गए हैं, these organisms have similarities to some another kingdom also. Like they can show similarities with the Monera kingdom also, and some of the organisms show similarities with fungi, plantae, or animalia organisms also. So we can say that they do not have any well-defined boundaries. So we can write here, they do not have, this kingdom do not have well-defined boundaries. हम इसकी कोई डिफाइंड बाउंड्री नहीं बना सकते कि ये कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स इसी और इसी किंगडम के ऑर्गेनिजम्स की हैं. यहाँ पे बहुत सारी वेरिएशंस नजर आती हैं. Now this organism or this kingdom, it makes a connecting link, or we can say it's behave like a connecting link between Monera, plantae, fungi and animalia. So it's behave like a connecting link. It's like a connecting link. Now if we talk about the habitat of organisms, the organisms which are included in this kingdom, they are mainly, or most of the organisms of the Protista kingdoms are aquatic organisms. They are aquatic organisms, and here also variations are found. They can live into the marine water as well as they can live into the fresh water. So organisms which are mostly aquatic, they can live fresh or marine water also. Here some of the organisms are the parasites also. कुछ ऑर्गेनिज्म जो होंगे वो पैरासाइट भी होंगे. नेक्स्ट अगर हम बात करते हैं दैट स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ दीज ऑर्गेनिजम्स, द ऑर्गेनिज्म ऑफ द किंगडम प्रोटिस्टा आर द माइक्रोस्कोपिक यूकैरियोटिक ऑर्गेनिज्म. दे आर माइक्रोस्कोपिक, साइज बहुत छोटा है, जबकि सेल जो है वो यूकैरियोटिक है. सो वी कैन से दे आर यूकैरियोटिक बट माइक्रोस्कोपिक यूकैरियोटिक ऑर्गेनिजम्स, जिनमें साइज बहुत ज्यादा छोटा होगा. We are writing here that they are eukaryotic organisms. Eukaryotic organisms means, you know, that these type of organisms which are eukaryotic, they contain a nucleus. Few nucleus is present. Nucleus present होगा, and with the nucleus, all the eukaryotic organisms like mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, as all these structures which are present in the eukaryotic cells are also found in these type of organisms. And ribosomes also, if we talk about the ribosomes are ATS type ribosomes are found, and the cilia, flagella, these type of structures are also found. And the flagella which they consist or which are present in such kind of organisms of the Protista kingdom, this flagella has 9+2 arrangement. तो यहाँ पे flagella की भी जो arrangement होती है वो 9+2 होती है. This is another similarity with the eukaryotic organisms. So they are eukaryotic organisms. Now the cell membrane, they have cell membrane present होती है, and outside the cell membrane they can consist they have some means we can say they have some structures like they have pellicle, they can consist pellicle और outer covering like shells can be present, यहाँ पे shells present हो सकते हैं, cuticle present हो सकती है, they can consist of cuticle shell or cellulose layer also, cellulose layer also. Here we can say that their outer covering is the cell membrane outer covering है, and this cell membrane or plasma membrane can have a one extra layer also. It could be made up of pellicle, it could be made up of shells की बनी हो सकती है या cuticle की हो सकती है, cellulose की हो सकती है. Cellulosic layer जो present है, this shows the similarity with the plantae kingdom. ये plantae kingdom के साथ similarity show कर रहा है. Pellicle is a flexible membrane जो इनको flexibility provide करता है. So these are the some characteristics. Let's talk about locomotion. In the case of Protista kingdom, the organisms show very different kind of locomotions. The locomotion could be of ciliary. किन-किन तरीके का locomotion हो सकता है? It could be ciliary locomotion. The locomotion could be flagellar, or it could be by pseudopodia. So we can say pseudopodial, or another type of locomotion which we will find is the wriggling movement, or the one more type of locomotion is found which is known as mucilaginous propulsion. These are the some types of locomotion which are found in the organism of kingdom Protista. When cilia helps in the locomotion, flagella could be present for the locomotion, and in some organism, the pseudopodia are forms. This type of locomotion found in amoeba. You already know that amoeba forms pseudopodia. So if the locomotion happens with the help of pseudopodia, then we call it pseudopodial locomotion. And another type of locomotion is wriggling movement. Wriggling movement is a motion in which the organisms which contract its body and then expand. Is contract and is expand. इस तरीके से जो locomotion हो रहा है उसे हम बोल रहे हैं wriggling movement. Another type of motion is mucilaginous propulsion. इसमें mucilage की secretion के साथ movement होती है जिसकी help से ही locomotion हो रहा है. That's why we are calling it mucilaginous propulsion. So these are the some types of locomotion which are found into the organism of kingdom Protista. Now let's talk about the another characteristics of these organisms. This is the respiration. When we talk about the respiration, जब हम respiration की बात करते हैं इन organism के अंदर, the most of the organisms of kingdom Protista are do aerobic respiration. They do aerobic respiration. Some of the organisms which are present as the form of parasites or which are found at the bottom of the aquatic habitats, they show anaerobic respiration. So we can say that most of the do respiration by aerobic means, or they are aerobic in nature. Another, some organisms they also show anaerobic respiration. So both type of respirations are found. But anaerobic respiration only found the organisms which are parasitic and which lives at the bottom of the aquatic habitats. Next characteristics is the reproduction. Reproduction. Here, the Protistians, they reproduce by the sexual or asexual. Both types of reproductions are found in these type of organisms. They can reproduce by asexual means, or they have sexual reproduction also. So both type of reproductions are found in these organisms. So here we discuss some characteristics of the organisms which are included into the kingdom Protista. Characteristics हमने पहले इसलिए discuss कर ली so that we can easily understand all the organisms. Some important characteristics are they are aquatic, marine and fresh, and this kingdom was first introduced by Ernest Haeckel. They are unicellular eukaryotic organisms. Unicellular eukaryotic है and they do not have any well-defined boundaries. They make connecting link with another organisms also of another kingdoms. Next characteristics habitat की हमने बात कर ली है. Marine हो सकते हैं, fresh water living हो सकते हैं, and they could be parasites also. Parasites की form में भी present रहते हैं. नेक्स्ट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स की स्ट्रक्चर के बारे में अगर हम बात करें, दे आर वेरी स्मॉल इन साइज, दे आर माइक्रोस्कोपिक ऑर्गेनिजम्स, बट सेल इज यूकैरियोटिक सेल which contain a nucleus, mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, ATS type ribosomes and cilia or flagellus are also found, and they show 9+2 arrangement. This 9+2 arrangement show their resemblance with a true eukaryotic cell. Next, cell membrane is formed. It could be covered by pellicle, by shells, by cellulose layer, or by cuticle also. Locomotion, different type of locomotions is found. That is ciliary, flagellar, pseudopodial, wriggling movement, or by mucilus secretion, जिसे हम बोल रहे हैं mucilaginous propulsion. And respiration is aerobic and anaerobic respiration. And reproduction is the sexual or asexual. दोनों तरीके का ही reproduction प्रोटिस्टियंस के अंदर मिलता है. Now, one important characteristic is also lacked, that is nutrition. अगर हम nutrition के बारे में बात करते हैं प्रोटिस्टा किंगडम के अंदर, they show very wide variety of nutrition. They could be autotroph. तो यहाँ पे अगर हम nutrition की बात करें, nutrition प्रोटिस्टियंस के अंदर जो nutrition हमें देखने को मिलता है वो बहुत varieties के साथ मिलेगा. Nutrition जो है mainly some of the protistians are autotrophic. They are autotrophs, means they have photosynthesis, they can prepare their food by own. But some protistians are heterotroph. Some are heterotrophs, and when they are heterotrophs, they could be, यहाँ पे different varieties हैं. They could be holozoic हो सकते हैं. They could be parasitic, parasites की फॉर्म में अवेलेबल रहेंगे. They could be saprophytes. They could be mixotrophic. So these are the some varieties which are found into the nutrition of protistian organism. Autotrophs होंगे when they contain photosynthetic pigments, then they do photosynthesis. But in some organisms, the heterotrophic nutrition is found. Then they can be holozoic. Holozoic means in this type of nutrition, one organism engulf the another organism as a whole. पूरा का पूरा एक organism को completely intake करना. That process is known as holozoic nutrition. Like in the case of amoeba, you know that amoeba captures complete organisms by making a vacuole. Pseudopodia form होंगे and then pseudopodia makes a vacuole. तो complete organism जब intake किया जाता है उस nutrition को हम बोल रहे हैं holozoic nutrition. तो यहाँ पे holozoic nutrition हो सकता है, parasitic हो सकता है, saprophytic हो सकता है, या mixotrophic nutrition भी हो सकता है. Mixotrophic nutrition means जहाँ पे organism different types की nutrition variety show करेंगे. Like in the case of Euglena, we can say Euglena, it's do photosynthesis because it has photosynthetic pigments. Photosynthesis करेगा तब वो autotrophic nutrition show करता है. Otherwise, in some cases when it is not able to do photosynthesis, when sunlight is not available, then it's do heterotrophic nutrition also. So these are the some varieties which are formed into the case of nutrition in protistian organism. So here we discuss complete characteristics of the organisms included into the kingdom Protista. Now let's take a look onto the classification. क्योंकि हमारा चैप्टर ही है biological classification, तो देखते हैं kingdom Protista का classification कैसे है. Now let's see the classification of kingdom Protista. The kingdom Protista is divided into the three major groups. तीन ग्रुप में हमने यहाँ देखा है कि किंगडम प्रोटिस्टा को डिवाइड किया गया है, क्लासिफाई किया गया है. The first group is photosynthetic protists. These are the organisms which do photosynthesis, and this group includes some organisms like it includes chrysophytes, it includes dinoflagellates and euglenoids. These are included under the group photosynthetic protists. Second group of the kingdom Protista is consumer decomposer protists. Consumer decomposer protists. These are the protists which depends on some decaying matter or decomposing materials. We include slime molds under this group. Third group is protozoan protists. This is the group which includes flagellated protozoans, amoeboid protozoans, then sporozoan protozoans and ciliated protozoans. These are the protozoans which are included into the third group, which is protozoan protists. So these are the three major group of kingdom Protista, and we will discuss all these groups in more detail one by one, and we will start from the first group, that is photosynthetic protist. And in the photosynthetic protist, we will take a look onto the chrysophytes in our next video. So keep watching, keep studying and keep learning. Thank you.